with that down, let's move into main topic number 1. And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Edwin Tilson, who writes, "Hey, John, just wondering if you saw that Ewan McGregor, Tilda Swinton, and Cate Blanchett have joined the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio movie. It's a killer cast, although I'm a little skeptical since it's going to be a Netflix movie, and the only one of those I ever really liked was Roma in 2018, and I'm actually one of the only guys in the world that didn't like Roma."
Really?
Yeah, I thought Roma was a snore fest, but almost everybody else I know loved it. So, and it's artistically beautiful, but I didn't like Roma. Anyway, still, it's a great lineup of talent in front of and behind the camera. What do you think? All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, in case you guys didn't see the news, of course, we've known for a little while that Guillermo del Toro was working on this Pinocchio movie. Now, one of the main things to keep in mind, though, this is not a live-action movie. You got to remember that, because I'm seeing some people are confusing this. It's not a live-action movie. Anyway, here's the official announcement that came out. This comes to us from the folks at Variety, who write, Guillermo del Toro has cast Ewan McGregor, who apparently is going to be Jiminy Cricket, Tilda Swinton, Cate Blanchett, David Bradley, and I love David Bradley, by the way, and Finn Wolfhard, of course, from Stranger Things, in Pinocchio, his upcoming stop-motion animation musical feature for Netflix. Newcomer Gregory Mann will star as Pinocchio, with McGregor as Cricket and Bradley as Geppetto. Of course, Bradley from the Harry Potter movies, and he was in
Game of Thrones
and The Strain. I thought he was great in The Strain. Anyway, other cast members include Christoph Waltz, 2-time Academy Award winner, John Turturro, who's great, Ron Perlman, who is great, Tim Blake Nelson, who is also great, and Bern Gorman. So that's what's coming. So it's an animated basic kind of film, and that's fine. I'm going to be honest with you. For those of you who've watched me for any period of time, you know I don't get incredibly amped, even if it's my favorite stars. I don't get incredibly amped finding out certain celebrities are voicing certain characters. Like, unless it's Mike Myers returning as Shrek, or Tom Hanks coming back as the voice of Woody, I generally don't get excited about that. It's like, okay, we're going to hear their voices and I'm sure they're going to do good, but whatever. I love Ewan McGregor, and you know what? If it is musical, Ewan McGregor is in one of my all-time favorite movies with Moulin Rouge, in which he shocked the world and me about how well he can actually sing. So I'll look forward to hearing him sing a little bit. So this is good, but I am like you. I share your skepticism a little bit for a couple of reasons. Number one, while Netflix is one of the best in the world at creating original series, their original movies, their track record for me is spotty to be generous. Let's say spotty. Irishman was great. I really liked Old Guard. I'm struggling to find anything else I liked very much that they do as far as original movies go. So there's that. It's not live action. I would have been more interested in this if it was live action, but still, it's pretty original. Guillermo del Toro likes to do different stuff. And it is an incredible array of talent. So I will go so far to say here, Aaron, that I am interested in the film. I'm interested. I wouldn't say I'm excited about it at this point, though, but that could change very quickly once we see some sort of marketing. Anyway, Aaron, you heard this announcement. You see this lineup. What are your thoughts on this?
So, first of all, the thing for me that's bringing me into this movie has nothing to do with the cast at all. I'm like you. If it's not going to be live action, there are so many incredibly talented voice actors who would be just as valuable to this project as Cate Blanchett or anyone else would be. For me, the thing that draws me into this is the imagination of Guillermo del Toro, and I'm blanking on his name right now. I looked it up this morning just to be sure so I could say it, but the Fantastic Mr. Fox co-creator is also working on this. And did you see Fantastic Mr. Fox?
I did. Oh, yeah.
It's so good. And I loved it. It was so exciting the way that anyway, I loved that project. So to hear that these two incredibly talented and imaginative creators were coming together, that's all I need to be interested in this project. And I don't know if you're aware of what's going on with SAG-AFTRA right now, but just last week, the health plan pretty much kicked off a ton of people. And so there are literally thousands and thousands of performers who are not going to have health insurance next year. And it's a really big deal, and people are losing their minds and freaking out, rightfully so. And so I'm going, yeah, like I get it. It's wonderful that you have this big star-studded cast, but there are that's not going to be the reason why people tune into this. No one's going to say, oh my goodness, Cate Blanchett's voice, I must see this project. I also think it's a little, well, it's weird to me that, especially given that it is not live action, that there's not a single person of color in the entire cast. You know, when like, I mean, I look at people like Javier Bardem would have been such a beautiful addition. You know, if you want to go star-studded, there are many people to choose from outside of the, you know, very well established, already secure in their big mansions, all white cast that we have. That being said, I do love Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. I think he's great. The one thing that I am happy about as regarding this being not live action and being stop motion is Bradley. You just said Bradley. I just know him as.
You're talking about the guy from.
Yes, Walter Frey.
David Bradley?
Yeah, David Bradley. Walter Frey as Geppetto is the most terrifying thing I could possibly imagine. So when I realized that it was stop motion and not live action, I actually breathed a sigh of relief, because you know it's going to be dark if it's Guillermo del Toro, but sweet baby Jesus, if it was Walter Frey live action as Geppetto, I don't think that I could ever sleep again if I saw that. So I'm very intrigued. I'm excited. But again, it's all about Guillermo del Toro for me. Like, I don't really need all the rest of the stars.
All right, guys, question for you then is, what do you think about this announcement? Do you like the cast lineup? I mean, it is incredible talent that they're lining up for this thing. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Do you like what you're seeing? Are you kind of like me? It's like, we'll see what it is when it comes around. I don't know. You're right, Guillermo del Toro is the attraction part to here because it's coming from his creative mind. What do you guys think about it? Jump down into the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.